All right. So yesterday, hopefully, you corrected or improved on the paragraph. So hopefully, you watched my video and then you described pirate, the pirate ship merry-go-round ride, and described it in a way that I would want to stand in line for it. Okay. I will take a look at those. Make sure that you turn it in on Google Classroom so that um, I can make sure that you are on the right track. So, today in class, the rest of the class is going to share their descriptive paragraphs that they did with their partner. And then after that, we are going to introduce our writing project. It's just a simple writing project to begin with. I want you to have an opportunity to just write a descriptive paragraph. So, this is not a story, this is a descriptive paragraph. You're going to choose a topic and you are going to describe it using all of your senses. Okay, so the topic, by the way, is autumn. Okay, the writing assignment, it's autumn descriptive paragraph. Okay, so let's look at this. First of all, the first thing you're going to need to do is you have to use as many senses as you can to describe your topic. That means tell me what you see, what you smell, what you hear, what you feel, and sometimes what you taste, depending on what you're describing. Okay. Number two, make sure you keep your topic narrow. And what I mean by that is this is going to be a very short paragraph, okay, like 7 to 10 sentences. So you're not writing a story here. So, because of that, I don't want you to describe too much. You can use the whole paragraph just describing your experience with an apple pie or the corn maze. Um, I don't want you to pick a pumpkin patch and tell me, oh, there was a corn maze over here, and then there is then we went and saw the pumpkins, and then we went to the bakery. That's too much. Narrow means make smaller, and you have to keep your topic small. Okay, I'm going to need to, if you want, you can dojo me or send me a message through Google Classroom to see if your topic is okay, but just make sure it is narrow. And then the last thing you need to know is that you need to take your readers through your experience. So don't just tell me, oh, it was blue and then it smelled pretty and that, okay? Take your readers through the experience. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's give you some ideas. Okay. Now, these are not the only things you can write about. Um, the overall topic is autumn. So you need to choose um, a topic that deals with autumn. Here are some ideas. You can describe the trees. You may want to describe the trees as you're walking through the park. So, as you walk through the park, what do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Okay. Take me through the experience. Okay. So, you can start as I walk through the park. In front of me, there is a big, beautiful, bright red tree with leaves slowly falling out or falling down to the ground or something like that. Okay. And as I walk through, I hear the crunch, crunch, crunch of the leaves that have fallen to the ground or something like. Okay. So that's what I mean by taking me through it. So don't just say, oh, there's some trees in the park and, um, oh, yeah, it's a little chilly. And, okay, take me through it. Okay. As you're walking, what do you see? What do you smell? what do you hear? What do you feel? Okay. Um, you can do an experience with an apple pie, corn maze, but just the corn maze. Okay. Don't tell me anything else. Just describe that corn maze because that's enough. Pumpkin patch, but that's it. So I don't want you to do pumpkin patch and then a corn maze with it. Okay. Because I know that when you go to Pumpkin patch, there's sometimes a lot of different things there. Just choose one thing there. Okay. Describing what you see, hear, smell, etc., as you're sitting in your backyard. So you could just sit in your backyard and just tell me what you see, or you can walk through your backyard. Okay. Walking into a bakery, tell me what you see, what you smell, and then you possibly could even tell me what you taste if you're going to taste it. Describe what you see, hear, smell as you watch the farmers harvest their field. Okay. An apple orchard. Same thing with the apple orchard. Just if you're going to pick apples, just do that experience of walking through and looking at the trees and picking some of the apples. Okay. Don't do the bakery with it. Okay. The bakery would be separate. All right. So, to give you an idea of what I mean by taking me through the experience, let's just do a simple one like apple pie. Okay. So, I don't want you to say, okay, the apple pie was warm. The apple pie was smelled delicious. Okay, that is, you're just giving me information and you're giving me facts about it, and your readers are not going to um, be able to experience what you experience with the apple pie. Kind of think about the hot fudge sundae, okay? The paragraph that I read. We want to describe it as you go through it so that your readers will have a sense of also experiencing the same thing you did, okay, as you went through it. So, for example, you can just start with, and this is definitely not, I don't want everyone doing this, obviously. Okay, this is just an example. So you can just say, like, a sweet aroma filled the air as I walked into the kitchen. Okay, so I'm saying, as I walked into the kitchen, I'm smelling this. Yeah, it's like lovely. Okay, my mom's famous apple pie had just come out of the oven. So that's like your introduction. Okay, like, okay, now the apple pie just came out. I'm smelling this awesome smell. And then what I would do is I would describe what I see. So start describing the apple pie and what it looks like, and the juices coming out, kind of bubbling up and coming over the edge of the pie, or whatever you're seeing. Okay. Um, then have your character get a piece and actually that, and you can be the character. Okay. You can be in first person and describe what you taste. So then you can just say, as I take my first bite, and then just explain, like, what do you taste? What does it feel like? Okay. Um, tell me how you're feeling when you eat it. Okay. It This only has to be like 7 to 10 sentences. So you're not going to be doing a whole lot, but what you do, I want it to be done well, because I don't expect this to be a very long paragraph. It's not a story. Okay. I don't want you telling me a story. I just want you describing what you are experiencing as you walk into a kitchen and there's an apple pie, or as you walk through the um, corn maze. Okay, what do you hear? The crunch crunch of the corn stalks that are on there, or maybe if it's rainy, it's like the slush slush of like mud squishing through, or what. However you want to do it, you can feel the crisp air. Okay, because in autumn it's going to be a little chilly, so you can talk about that. How you know, you can feel the crisp air around you. Um, so just take me through whatever experience you want to describe. Okay. When you do this, it's going to be on Google Classroom. So if you go to your Google Classroom, you're going to have a thing that says Autumn Descriptive Paragraph. And please read the directions. It says choose a topic from Autumn, narrow it. That means make it small. Don't do a huge topic. Use as many of your senses as possible to describe the experience you chose. Help your readers to be a part of that experience. Okay, and then the logistics here. Click on the Create button below. Create a doc. Then begin writing your autumn descriptive paragraph. Be sure to check your writing using the rubric. This is the rubric. So you're going to click on this to see the rubric, but this is not where you're going to write. Um, you're going to, I haven't actually started it yet. So right here is the create button. So you're going to click on this and it's going to say docs, and that's what you're going to create. Okay, so you're just creating a doc, but do it through the Google Classroom assignment. Okay, don't go to your Drive to do it through Google Classroom. All right, so let's look at our rubric so you know how I'm going to grade you. Here we go. It's a little small, so I'll make it bigger. All right, so here are the uh, categories that I'm going to be looking at. First of all, did you stay on topic? And did you keep your topic narrow? Okay, so yeah, make sure you're doing that. All right, so that's first thing. You either did it or you need, so all of these are either you're on target or you need improvement. Okay, so make sure it's about autumn and that you keep your topic narrow and that you stayed on topic. Don't start talking about um, an apple pie and then all of a sudden you're talking about donuts and going to a bakery. No, keep with your topic. Okay. The paragraph is at least 7 sentences. Okay. So I want it 7 to 10 sentences. The minimum is 7. Okay. I also don't want like a 20 sentence. I want it to be a short paragraph. Um, Sentences are complete thoughts. So make sure that after you write this, you read what you wrote. Okay. Make sure that it is a complete thought and that it's what you wanted to say. You use capitals appropriately. You use the correct punctuation. And then finally, it contains at least 5 juicy adjectives, descriptive phrases, or comparisons. Okay, what I mean by juicy adjectives, I don't want good. I don't want your simple ones like it smelled sweet, it smelled hot, it felt hot. No, like give me some good adjectives. Okay, those ones that we were giving in our ELA notebook, or ones that maybe you found elsewhere or use the thesaurus to help you. But they don't have to be all just adjectives. The descriptive phrases. Remember when we were talking about the hot fudge sundae and we had those really cool descriptive phrases or comparisons when they were describing it to um, the, it said about the river flowing down, right? They were talking about how it was melting and it was like a river of cream. Okay, so those aren't necessarily adjectives, but they are the comparisons and the descriptive phrases. Okay. Use actions in there too. Okay. Remember when you were um, creating your paragraph and you were giving me some actions that, um, when you were correcting that paragraph, you were giving me some actions that they would have been doing on the boat. Okay. So sometimes a good action word is just as descriptive as a good adjective. So remember in the hot fudge sundae where they said that I'm forgetting the hot fudge, yeah, where they said the hot fudge draped over the ice cream, okay? Draped, that's such a good vivid action that you could tell draped means that it just covered the ice cream, okay? Instead of just on top, it covered it. So sometimes a good action word will help the reader to feel a part and to picture it in their mind, okay, to visualize the experience that you're trying to describe. Okay, um, that's about it. So you're going to, if you look at your week at a glance, we're starting it today. Um, yeah, today, Thursday. Okay, you're going to start it today. You're going to continue working on it on Friday. And then if you look at Mondays, and this is Monday the 30th, because next week you guys don't have school. So Monday the 30th is when you would finish. That's a virtual day, and you would finish your autumn paragraph, and then it would be due that Tuesday, which is December 1st. Okay, so when you come to school on December 1st, you should have your autumn descriptive paragraph complete. Okay. If there are any questions, please either send me messages through the Google Classroom assignment, or you could have your parents send me a message through Dojo, whichever one works best for you. But have fun with it and just be descriptive. Take me through your experience. All right. Have a great day.